No camera. Yeah, now the camera's on. Hello.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on? Cleaned the basement up. Had a busy week of work. Cleaned the basement up. Everything looks good. Hung up some LED lights. Amazon's like one of the worst things for me when I'm sitting in the bed in the middle of the night and I can't sleep and I'm browsing and I'm like, you can have these LED lights. 100 feet for $10. God damn, that's a deal.
Oh, what two of them?
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was like, boy, I could put them everywhere. I said I could find places. You know, I could put them around. Like what I was gonna do was I was gonna get 2 packs, and I was gonna do our bedroom. And like when she came home one night, and turned around, it'd be like ding 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 ding. But the problem is you see the problem with that that stuff.
She would have killed you.
Besides that. The room gets so goddamn hot at night because of the steam heaters that what happens is that because Charlotte had these in her room, the tape, the glue that's behind it just comes right off, and then in the middle of the night you have shit hanging from all over different places. So it's like
Noah had these around the computer.
Yeah, Noah had the.
He had the ones around his tower.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why you keep falling off?" I was like, "Your towers aren't all night long."
Yeah, it's the heat, the heat, the cold, the hot, the cold.
It's funny because you couldn't get them like when they fell off and you would stick them back on. You couldn't get them off again.
Right.
Like his tower still has them on it. There's new one, but his old one still has them on it. It's like
down here it's safe because it's relatively the same temperature all the time. So it's not like it's going to like.
And I'm very shocked. It's actually chillier down here than any part of the house because the furnace is right there. And
that furnace absolutely, like when it kicks on, like it kind of gets hot, but it's the pipes that get hot. But the whole thing is that the area of the room.
Basement on 32 East, the house.
Yeah.
Bro, the basement was. Every time you went down here, you was sweating.
Yeah.
I had the old. Wait, when you moved in, we had the new furnace. Mm-hmm. The old furnace.
Yeah.
Before you guys moved in, bro, the whole basement would be like a steam bath.
Right.
Because it was one of the big, humongous ones. And they had the big tub, the big radiator thing. It looked like a big radiator, but it was there was like 5 of them. I was like, yo, why is this always so hot down here?
Right.
And that's why.
This one, like, if it blows, what I try to do is not get it to blow back, like, you know, to release and shit like that, like, you know, too much pressure, because when that happens, this entire basement becomes a sauna, right? It gets really hot. Like when they used to live down here, like Artie and them, they loved that because when it was cold out and that thing popped, yo, this thing would get it would go up like 20 degrees mad quick.
That's so crazy.
And then, but the problem is that then the boiler has to get water back in it, and then it takes a little time. But then the other thing is once it blows out like that, you have to keep doing the room because it blows that brown fucking water out all over the place. But what I try to do is not do that because then once that happens, then the cats get their feet in it and they walk everywhere. And then
they drink it.
Drink it, and not only that, like with the laundry and the clothes, there was cat stuff. It was just crazy. And like say if I'm doing something like screens and shit, I would have stuff in the screens and the clothes and all that other crazy shit. But
I'm surprised there's like no drain over there, like a drain.
Well, yeah, there. No, like say if I drink, like I drink.
No, like a drain that you could do that, like have it do it and just go right into the drain.
Oh yeah, like a French drain or something. Yeah, no, it's just the blowout pipe, and the problem is all the steam blows out that side.
I know what it is.
Yeah, it's just like I put like a at one time when it was real bad, I put a bucket under it and like cocked it in and put it in there, and then. When I came back one time, it was like halfway full, and the pipe was actually underwater. So when it blew the water everywhere.
So whatever you did, it didn't work anyway.
It didn't work anyway. So I was like, because the water was coming everywhere, and they were complaining downstairs. They were like, "Oh, it keeps popping." Be like, "Yeah, well, you know, the problem is like if the house is 60 degrees and you put the thing up to 68 degrees and it has to run for 8 degrees, like this thing just pops.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? You have to do it like." 60, 62, 64. You know what I'm saying? You have to graduate.
We got that new one, that 2-in-1, the hot water heater in the furnace.
Right.
Let me tell you something. My house is hotter as hell. Keith has his window open and a fan. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Is that water? The waterless. Yeah. So those are real good. I heard, bro. Yeah.
Nah, they're alright.
Yeah.
But if you have a 2-family house, and you run the washer, don't suspect you have water.
Well, that's the problem with that is that the tank is smaller than like say if you had like like one of those big 55-gallon.
Yeah. Now if you had two of them,
yeah,
to each floor, like if you have one for this floor,
yeah,
and one for upstairs,
yeah,
then it's worth it.
right. So you would have to get 2 units.
Yeah, you have to get 2 units.
All right, so let's see what happened. Last week we were going to do a podcast for St. Patty's Day weekend, so I'm going to name this St. Patrick's Day weekend anyway. But I had to. My kid was learning how to drive. She had her test on Monday.
Congratulations, Charlotte.
Yeah, got another driver on the road.
Great, Charlotte.
Insurance goes up the minute that she gets that, but she passed her test.
That's
luckily.
so crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy. I think insurance is the biggest scheme ever.
No, it's a scam because listen, and I'm not gonna say, but like after all the times like with Brooke getting into the car accident with her car.
Well, you need insurance, but
yeah, but she found some kind of loophole in New Jersey law that there's this some kind of insurance. It's not $1 a day because you're.
Yeah, she got it, didn't she?
She didn't get $1 a day.
No, she got the other one.
Yeah, it's like $5 a day.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like you're paying every month something like $150 for insurance when like normally we're paying $300-400 a month.
I think that was through the place that she got the car.
Yeah, she got it somehow because when she just wrecked the Q3 when the Q3 got smashed and she was paying what was it $900 a month for her car and insurance. And all she got out of that entire deal was $2,600. And, she was like, this is just bullshit. And I agree. Like, what I'm saying? You're paying all this money and you're getting nothing back for your car being destroyed. Like, I get it. The car was paid off. Okay.
I got more for my minivan than she got for her car.
Right. So, she was like, when she was buying the Q5, she was like, I'm not paying that high premium no more. For the insurance, there's got to be a way of doing it, this and that. So she got it through. Like they showed her where to go for it. I told Dina already. Like, why are we like paying for Progressive and it's like we're paying how much money a month? It's
I actually went from. Was it Progressive? That's Flow.
Yeah, Progressive's Flow. Yeah.
I pay cheaper through New Jersey manufacturer.
Well, you're doing that because you got that through your job, right?
No. Anybody in New Jersey can get it now.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Anybody in Jersey can get it. They opened it to everybody.
But the whole thing though is still you shouldn't be like, all right, yeah, it's cheaper, okay, cool, but you still shouldn't have to pay like $200-300 a month like for insurance.
I get 2 months free.
Okay, but how much is your monthly premium? Like, what are you paying?
Oh, I don't know. And he takes care of it, but we were paying almost 52. It was like, I think it was almost like $8,500
a year.
A year.
Okay.
For Progressive.
Right.
And this one came out to be like $5,000.
Yo.
But remember, we have 4 drivers, 2 cars.
Right.
But it does drop down, and you don't have to pay. It's 10 months out of the year you have to pay.
So check this out. Let me tell you this little quick story. So this all ties in together. Trust me. So we were we just had like training like last week at work, right? And the guy who was training us was from the UK. He was from England, right? So he married a girl from over there, and she lived here. So he came over here, and he's been working here for 6 years. He said, and he's a smart guy. He's like one of those fiber guys. He's worked for the government. He was an army guy over there. He worked on special projects like for the NASA space. He was a really smart guy. So he was talking to us and stuff like that, and he was like, I don't understand the United States. He goes, I really don't understand. He goes, this entire nation like of the United States is like it's a joke and it's like fraud. He goes, let me tell you something, and he was telling us at the training, like he was like, let me tell you something. He goes, because we were asking him like, how is it, how's the quality of life different from living in England and living over here? So he said after they got rid of, like they moved away from the king and the queen kind of deal, and now they're like kind of democracy, if you want to call it. He was like, everything is so much better. He's like he says everybody wants to come to America because it's America.
Yeah.
He was like, it's like,
and they're free.
He goes,
you pay more taxes there.
But he said something really smart. He says, you know what America is? He says, a TV show. That's all it is. He says people come here and they see America on TV and they're like, oh shit, let's go to America. He says, and then when they get here in America, they're like, oh shit, let's get the fuck out of here. He was like, you see everything on TV and you're like, oh my God, this place is, there is worse places to live, obviously, but, he was like, everything that you see on TV, he says, about America, and that's why everybody wants to come here. He goes, let me explain. He goes, over in England, he says, you can go to college. Every kid is able to go to college. He was like, for free. He says, there's no cost in college. He says, unless you want to go to an Ivy League school in London, he was like, and then you have to pay because it's a private school. He says, but every school is free. He says, any kid could get out of high school and say, hey, I want to go to he says, trade schools are free too. He goes, if you go to a trade school or you go to he goes, but he says, these schools have higher standards, meaning like if they're paying, you're not paying to get into these schools, but you're looking for a really good job, people invest in you, and if you don't cut, he says, you're out. He says, because there's another kid that's like, yo, I want to get in that school. He was like, he says, in second, he goes, healthcare is completely free. He says, we don't pay for insurance. He says like that. He goes, if you get hurt or this and that, something happens to you, he says, you go to the nearest hospital, they take care of you, there's no bills. He was like, and you go home and then that's it. He goes, healthcare is completely free. He goes, it's astonishing. He says, the amount of money that you have to pay in America to get well. He was like, and over in other countries, he was like, Canada does it. He says, we do it.
Canada has the cheapest.
Has the cheapest, and it's more of a welfare kind of deal. Like,
But also, you have to think about it like this. You're paying for healthcare over here, and we got the best health. We got the best
doctors and stuff like that are here like because they're getting paid hell of a money.
You're getting cures better over here than most countries.
Right, a lot of people come here. A lot of people come here for major surgeries, right? But like I said, obviously they have like health insurance policies and shit like that for jobs and stuff. But you're not. I mean, that's probably for your private doctor or private whatever. But he said in hospitals and stuff like that, he says you don't have to pay. He says you go in, you're sick. They take care of you, and long-term health care is a different situation. I was like, why the hell did this thing fucking just blink out?
Like we had Aflac. We were paying into Aflac.
Yeah.
So it was like, if I got hurt on my job, they'll give me money, but Aflac will pay me the rest.
Right.
And then they got rid of it. I'm like, well, I'm not paying your top rate. I was paying cheaper when the company had it. I'm like,
well, of course, because the company's
now I can't afford it.
Yeah. Well, it's like what else? Cablevision had Aflac, so you would pay for just a small amount of money, like because it was part of your health insurance cut.
I had all three of them. I had one if you got hurt on a job, one if you got hurt outside of work, and if you got sick. So I had all three of them. So it was like an extra $400 or $500 on my paycheck, and I'm like, I really should stop this.
Right. No, it gets a lot of money. Like even for me, like now our health insurance is pretty good at work, but they came up with this new thing, which is like a rider kind of base thing, like in Aflac, but it's a rider off the insurance. So meaning like now they have this weird thing that you even like. I have to read into it because it doesn't make any sense, and after like reading for a while, I get so like and then I just put it away. Like I lose like chain of thought.
Yeah, you just lose interest.
Yeah, and it's like something about now I'm paying for if my parents or my grandparents need something that they can use this doctor thing, and it's just some weird stuff. And I was reading, and I was like, my grandparents, my parents. I was like, what does that have to do with them? But it's all weird stuff. Like it just came in our
that has to do with people that take care of their parents.
Yeah, that too.
There's people that still do take care of their parents.
Right. No. No. I mean, they lived here with us for a long time too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I don't know if that actually, like, with that insurance I have now, I don't know if that even covered something for them too. Like, you know what I mean? If
that's in-laws. That's
in-laws. That's right. In-laws. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't read into it too much. I know it said parents and grandparents.
That's your in-laws. I don't think that would.
And it also said adopted kids and stuff too. So that would have been like Maria too.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, when we did have custody of her, you know what I mean? That's a different story.
How are they doing?
Who?
Maria and them.
She's doing good. I mean, she calls. We have a text blog And in the text is, me, Dina, all the kids, and Maria, and that's it. And we text all the time. Like whenever we put up a, like dinner time or this and that, Maria's always texting on it. Like so, she's doing good. I mean, I guess so. You know what I'm saying? She asked Brooke the other day to go, because Brooke just got her nails done. So she was like, "Can you take me to that zany place and get my nails done?" Like, this and that. So
Brooke gets his nails this long.
Yeah. Well, Brooke was like, Maria, that place is expensive, yo. I get off because she has to do so much social media for her. So, she gets a half the price and then she does all the promotional social media. So she gets money off on it. And not only that, she's there like every other fucking week.
Go to school, like look into something to do with that. Like go to school for that and like that's a good.
You know what? Here's the problem, bro. And this is just like.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Lowe's.
Yeah,
she's.
I see. Here's like my.
She's working her ass off in Lowe's, but.
My train of thought, like when it comes to the kids now and stuff like that, and it's pretty funny too, because like today, I was just. I'll talk about that in a second, but my train of thought about with the kids is I'm just allowing them to do and make up their own minds, and
yeah, you got to.
I'm not stepping like it comes to a point where like, all right, you're past 18, you're out of high school. Like for Noah. So his license, he's going for his license next month. So once he gets his license and he's able to drive, you have two choices. You can go to school if you want to, or we can get you into the city and you could start off at like, the forest part, the forest green, and you can start working.
Job.
And then you could figure out what you want to do instead of sitting at home playing video games. But the thing is that I don't mean it like that in that way. What?
Oh, it's a great job. If I was 19, 20, I get into the city.
Yeah, well, listen, 25 years in the city, bro, you'd be maxing out at $150,000, and it's like, bro, and you work for the city, so you get the benefits of the city.
Yeah.
So, but like I said to him, I was like, if you try to do something like that, it's like that'll work fine for you. You know what I'm saying?
You only have to work 25 years.
Yeah, I told him, I said, don't ever work a job like I do. I was like, that's the worst.
25 years, bro. If he starts at 20, he'll be 45.
Yeah.
45.
Well, that's what I said. I said, start off somewhere, like, you know what I'm saying? And
I wish I would have got a job in the city.
Yeah, Kimmy said, because of Jacqueline, so I was just like, it's a good start, or if you feel like you want to go to school in Lincoln Tech, you want to learn about cars, and you want to do something, I have no problem with that. I went that route too.
Now Lincoln Tech does more than that. They just don't do cars.
Oh, they do cars. They do
everything.
The diesels. Yeah. They do everything. Even started doing the EVs.
Yeah, they're doing everything now.
Yeah, so I mean, you have your choice of what you want to do. If you're going to go for the full package, meaning during the daytime, then that's fine. The only thing is that I'm going to have to get another car, so that he can drive. You know what I'm saying? Because Charlotte's taking the silver one. I've been driving that all week, because I just wanted to make sure that the car was running fine. It was leaking brake fluid. It stopped. I don't know why it stopped, but it stopped. And I mean, I still got to bring it to Benny's and let him take a look at it because the heater don't work.
Hey, so, I got a blinker on my car now.
You got a what?
Blinker.
Oh, you got a blinker? That's sweet.
I still have no horn.
But
I think it's just the fuse in my horn though. I just have this weird feeling the fuse is popped.
Right.
And I'm just too lazy to go under my dashboard and grab the fuse and look at that stupid thing.
Look for it, yeah.
It might be the relay too, and that's another freaking problem.
Right. Well, electrical problems, they start appearing on older cars, bro.
And then I have to get my exhaust welded, and I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's always something when it comes to cars. So I mean, like even for me, like with the white car, I've been driving the silver car all week, right? So I come home the other day, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm looking at the white car, and I have two flats on the driver's side. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? I checked all the tire pressures; they were so low. I was like, I wonder why the car's been driving like shit. I said, I had probably no air in any of the tires driving to work, because the car was like dun 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 when I would drive, and I was getting so sick of it. So I filled it up with air and all this other shit, and then I took it out, and I was like, wow, it drives really good. I was like, stupid me, and I got the air pump in the car and shit.
Winter time, the tires go low. Summertime, the tires go high.
I know, but see, the problem in my yard, the yard where I parked the car, there's fucking screws and shit everywhere. And dude, you're picking everything up. Everything.
In front of my house, there's screws.
Yeah.
From the garbage people. Oh.
Bro, they just throw everything. I mean, you can't.
I got this recyclable last night.
Yeah.
Now I watched the guy take the recyclable from my front of my house, drag it into the driveway, never emptied it.
He just dragged it.
He just dragged it and left it there.
Bro.
So
You know what sucks though too?
So listen to this. So tonight I put a garbage bag in that can, and the garbage man picked it up. So you know what's that telling me?
Yeah.
There's no such a thing as recyclable.
But you know what's fucked up
It's
about
the same
them?
company.
It's the same company, but check this out. So one time I was outside, they flew up the block, they picked up the bottles, and they just kept going. And then they came back, and I was like, maybe it's a different truck. It was the same fucking truck.
And they picked up the cardboard.
And they picked up the cardboard.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just pick up all
Usually
the
the cardboard comes first.
Right, I said, but I'm sitting myself, I'm looking, I'm like, yo, that was the same guy.
So last night they picked up the cardboard and one recyclable bucket, but they didn't take the other recyclable bucket. I was like, but tonight they'll take the garbage and the recyclable.
I normally don't have problems with them, so I'm like, I'm not complaining about it. And like, most of the time, the garbage now that it's in those big black barrels, they take it. And like,
I know that's where I put my when I'm done with my beer. I put it right in there. I take the garbage bag out. I put the beer in the. They empty it.
Yeah.
You ever see bottles in there?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I got to clean them out, but no, I don't see many bags and shit. It sucks. It sucks in the morning too. Like, especially if they do leave stuff. Like what they were doing was, because I was putting regular bags in there, like regular garbage bags, so they would take like one or two and then just leave the rest of them.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And then what I would do now is I'll get the big black garbage bags. So if you're gonna take one and two, you're taking the whole fucking thing out of the garbage.
You should find bags that fit that garbage can.
That's it. Those 55s, those big black ones.
Just throw everything in there and just tie it up and throw another bag on top of it.
Bro, I get Brooke to bring them home all the time. Like I tell her all the time. I said, Brooke, bring home one of those black garbage bags because you could fit actually like 3 bags from like your house.
I said to my mom-in-law, I said, we need new garbage cans. She's like, no, I like these garbage cans. I'm like,
dude, that was the best bet I ever did was to get those big black ones.
I said to her, I said, get the heavy duty ones. Like, our garbage cans have holes in it. Like,
right.
So if I drop beer bottles and they break, you see it all down the alleyway.
Right.
And then we have to sweep up. I'm like,
yeah.
I'll go out and buy them.
Right.
I'm not saying you have to buy. I'll go buy them.
Those ones that we got were only $40 each.
Yeah, I'll go buy 6 of them.
Yeah,
and
you know what? You'll never ever have to buy new ones after that, bro. Because we don't.
Yeah, heavy duty.
Yeah, that and the fact is those ones are designed for those trucks to pick them up.
Yeah.
So if, we don't have that shit here, so that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna just take the garbage out of them, and if you do them as recyclables, they're gonna pull it and tilt it over. You know what I'm saying?
I told her. I said we need new garbage cans, and that's another thing. Try to get rid of a garbage can.
Get rid of one?
Yeah, they don't take them.
Nah.
You gotta go outside and just throw it in that truck. I do it all the time.
Oh yeah.
I just take it. I'm like, look, listen, this is recyclable. He's like, yeah. He's like, that's your garbage can. I'm like, it says broken.
Yeah, it's garbage.
It's garbage.
It's time to go.
He's like, all right, look, if you have another one, just let us know.
Right. Yeah. Oh, and like I was saying, going back to it, like I'm just gonna let the kids decide on what. I'm not gonna push them. Like my parents drove me crazy about pushing to do stuff, and
Well, it was different times when we were doing that.
Right. I mean, you could think that way. Like today.
It really is. Think about it. It was really different times. Like especially for me, I only have one parent.
Right.
So, what did I have to do? I worked in the summertime when I went to school all summer.
Yeah.
1 year, 2 years. I worked for Hudson County Park.
Yeah.
Then we worked UPS. Then we worked Northeast. Then I became a longshoreman.
Right.
So it was like, I mean, I went to school. But
Right.
I was working down there.
Right.
So it was like we had to work.
Right. Well, no, it's not even about the working part. Like today, I called just to like a well check, to call up and see how everybody was. Now Dina just spoke to her 2 weeks ago, before she left to go to Florida. Like they were talking on the phone. So I called today and I was just like,
What's a Florida?
For Quest.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That was three.
What did you think? With my parents?
I was like, your parents went to Florida?
No. So.
Oh yes, he's getting rid of your mom.
Yeah. So I called the house today, because I was doing everything in the house down here. Like Friday's my always fucked up day because I gotta clean and do all the shit here. Clean, catch up. It's catch up day, bro. Fix things that are broken, all this other crap. So I was sitting there at 12:30. I was like, I'm gonna go downstairs, but that's gonna take me 2-3 hours. I said, let me just call them, see how they're doing. I haven't talked to them in a while. So I called. My mom answered the phone. I was like, why is she home today? Like, what the? She's normally at work at this time, but I was like, whatever. So she answered the phone. I was like, hey, what's going on? She was like, hey, what's up? I said, where's Dad? I said, I want to talk to him. I haven't spoken to him in a while. Want to see how he's doing. And she was like, yeah, you haven't fucking called him in 2 months. And I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, I'm so sick of this shit with you and your family, your kids, they don't call. God. And I was like, what are you talking about, bro? I was like, Mom, I can't make the kids do anything. I said, the kids work. I was like, what do you want me to do? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you just spoke to Dina like 2 weeks ago. I was like, you guys were on the phone for a while talking. I was like, what's the problem with me? What happened when she goes, you don't even call to find out, if your father's okay and stuff. I said, well, the phone works 2 ways. There's an answer and a receive. Like,
they don't want to hear that.
Right. I said, listen, I said, I'm sorry, last week I was on call. I said, I don't call or talk to anybody when I'm on call, really. I said, the week before that, Dina was in Florida. I was like, and you guys spoke that week. I was like, so what's the problem? And she was like talking and screaming. And then I was
like, just put my father on the phone.
I said, well, where's Dad? She was like, oh, he's upstairs laying down. He don't feel good. He's therapy, this and that. But you wouldn't fucking care, this and that. And then she turns, she's like, did you just say, you just told me to go fuck myself? And I said, what? I said, are you making that shit up again? I was like, where are you hearing this shit from? And I'm like, bro, the spiteful thing about this shit.
The voices in my head.
The thing that's, like, I sat there and I thought to myself, and I was like, do I have to start recording the messages, like, every time I call this house? I was like, the reason why I don't call as much as I should be calling, I said, if that's the way you feel, I said, it's because you're hostile. Like, it's very hostile. I said, bad enough I went up into the hospital that day not knowing that my father had COVID and went in the room with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mother knew he had COVID. Why didn't you tell me that? Then I would never even went up there if you had COVID in the first place.
Don't worry, I get your shots.
Right, but, whatever, I wasn't sick. So, yeah. But, regardless of the shots, who gives a fuck?
I think that was just a big hoax.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Right.
I know a lot of people died, but I met a person that told me her mother worked in a hospital somewhere, and they were putting the oxygen machines on them, and they were just exploding their lungs. So
it's because they didn't know what the hell they're doing them at 100%, bro. Blowing the fucking your lung is nothing. It's like
you're telling me, like I said to her, I said so. You say your car has 35 pounds of pressure tire. Yeah. Tires. You put 100 pounds. What's gonna happen to your tire?
Pop.
So your lungs are 100%. You're putting 100% in there.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen to your lungs?
Yeah. Well,
not even 100. You can do half of that.
The machine's running your body in the first place, and then once your lungs actually fail because of ripping and tears, you're just getting less oxygen into your system. That's why a lot of the people that were doing the home care, like the home care remedies for like COVID, actually survived. Yeah. Because it was just a very bad flu that was affecting the lungs, and once you cleared your lungs, like I can understand, like if you got sick and like you could run up and down flights of stairs all day, and you got COVID, you can only do it a little bit. Well, obviously you can tell that you have an infection in your lungs, so you got to take it slow. But you know. Especially like I noticed, especially like say if you have a bad like a flu, like a pneumonia kind of deal.
Oh, I know that feeling.
But you know what? The best thing for that, I feel, because I've had it too a couple times. The best thing is to move. If you sit in your chair or you sit in a thing, you lie down in bed. That's the worst thing for you. If you're up and you're walking, it might be uncomfortable or you might not feel good, but at least you're moving that shit and making it break up. Yep. If you sit down, bro, you're done deal, bro. It's
drink a lot of water because it breaks it up.
Yep. Drink a lot of water. You got to do shit. And then once you start kicking up and spitting that green and yellow shit up, bro, you'll feel a lot better eventually, man. But that COVID stuff, yeah, man. Listen, bro, like we're at a time in this government, bro. You think about it in the life that we live in. It's just like how about that? I was just watching a streamer the other day, right? He was talking about now with all these immigrants and all this other shit, right? And he was like, he has property in other states and shit, right? Because a lot of these guys do a lot of real estate and shit too. And he had this group of people move into he was renting his house. It was like a one-family house. I forgot where, it doesn't matter. But he was renting this one-family house, and it was in a couple states away from him, this and that. And then his realty company called him back and told him that they have an issue, that a family just moved in. And Squatters, yeah. And
it's happening in New York.
Yeah, and
they're allowed to move into your house and they don't have to pay you anything.
Exactly.
It's squatters. It's a squatter.
Squatter rights. That's
Squatter
what it
rights,
is. Yeah. They do that.
How?
People, but you know that's been going on. That's a law that's been going on forever. Like if you unfortunately, and that's just like what people like to go to court and everything else. But the worst part about it is like to go to court to evict somebody is different than squatters' rights because number one is that you're not evicting anybody because you don't know who they are in the first place. You have nothing to do with them. You actually have to get them physically removed or this and that. And like he was on the thing he was talking about it. He was like, I got to fly out to the state.
I see that. I know you talking about.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, I got to fly out here to get these people out. And he tried to physically remove them. And they were like, fuck you, this is my apartment. This is my house. And they were like, he was like, this is my house. I own the house.
There was a person that bought a house. And the squatters lived there.
Oh, that's it, you're done.
And they wouldn't let the people in the house. They took all the food out of the refrigerator and put it outside.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Dude, it's crazy. But yo, and that's why I say like
now you got squatter rights?
Yeah.
Just shit down. I'm gonna just go into somebody's house and start
living. The feeling like for me, like to think about it is you have to be mad fucked up to live in this country because you gotta live like and act like that. And the problem is like we were all grown and like we were all born and raised to not be like that. And you know, like even for me, like you know, I feel like sometimes like you know I go to work and shit, and you know you have a bad day, and you're like, is this like worth it? Like seriously, like say if you come home one day and like you know, like say if you go on a vacation, and you're gone for 2 weeks, you come home, somebody else is living in your house. And they're squatters, and they got into your house, and you're like, "Yo, what are you doing here?"
They're allowed to break in.
They're allowed to break in, exactly. Right.
So why pay mortgages?
Doesn't make sense.
Why pay rent?
Well, just recently, you heard about that. Somebody was robbing a house in Bayonne, was running from the cops, ran into somebody else's house next door, punched the lady in the face. That was the one on 17th Street that the SWAT team, bro. This just happened. And I was like,
I really don't follow Bayonne stuff at all. It's so bad.
Yeah, and then you sit there and you're like, the guy robbed the house, ran next door, punched a lady in the face, barricaded himself in that house. They called SWAT to come. They had all these people on 17th Street like trying to get to this guy and stuff like that. I said, listen, I'm about to just buy a gun, take the kids out for lessons, let them know how to fucking use it, and then anybody comes through the door, you shoot them. I don't give a fuck because that's what I'm gonna do. Do you know what I mean? Like, yo, it's getting that bad. It's getting that bad.
You know what state is the biggest state for carrying permits right now?
What?
Jersey.
Really?
Jersey has the most people trying to get carry permits.
Well, Jersey's easier than New York, so you know.
No, Jersey's the biggest state. It's so crazy.
Well, look at the way that Jersey's like everything that's going on with Jersey.
It's like holy Christ! Like Jersey was never that bad.
Well,
all of a sudden now Jersey's like the highest.
Well, it's like you got to protect yourself now. Like there's some crazy shit going on. That's why.
I told my wife I want a gun. She's like, you don't need one. I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think you do. I think I do. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm gonna start looking into it. I won't keep it upstairs. I'll keep it somewhere safe.
Right.
I mean, I'll keep it upstairs.
Right.
But I'll have a lockbox.
Yeah. Well, I've been thinking more and more. I haven't spoke to Dean about it because she probably don't even care about whatever. But the problem is that you might.
You could do it right online.
Yeah.
You could go right online and get it. Fill out an application right online.
Or you can just go to Jersey City and go right to the gun store and then you can do all that shit right there.
And I could get you a guy that does it right for my job. He
right.
does it. That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's his side business.
Oh yeah.
Yep. He'll show you how to clean it. Show you safety rules. He'll send you to a class. I mean, it cost you probably like $400 or $500.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you get your license. You get your carrying permit. And he's one of them guys that fought against the law in Jersey.
Good.
He's the one him and the group.
Yeah.
His group were the one that put the lawsuit against New Jersey.
Good. I mean, well, they deserve. I mean, with all the shit that's going on now, bro. I mean, seriously, like other states and stuff like Texas and Arizona.
There's
all
50
shit.
states that you can carry through.
Right.
There's 2 states that you can't. Jersey and New York.
Oh shit.
If you carry any, no 3. California you can't carry through.
Oh, go figure.
But if you go through state lines, you can carry any state.
Well, yeah.
Jersey, New York, and
Alex was saying something to me about that, but the problem is like, because Alex, the guy I work with, he has like a lot of guns, and he does some shit with like the gun range things and stuff, and he carries and he concealed carries. I mean,
one of the guys that I work with, he has one on him all the time.
Yeah, he's got one in his car, and he's got one on him and stuff like that. But
he actually has it on him, like
showing,
like yeah.
But he said that
and he walks right into the pier.
Some of the states, he says, has problems with it, especially when they find out you're from Jersey. So he says that there's something that you have to do. Say if you know you're going to be in some state, there's something that you have to do like ahead of time.
Yeah, there's states like New York, New Jersey, you have to call ahead.
Yeah, or fill out some kind of paperwork that allows you to be able to.
Yes.
So if they pull you over and they say this, and be like, no.
Yes, you have to call ahead.
Yeah.
It's just like even with like a truck driver.
Yeah.
If you're carrying a heavy load and it's over height, you have to call in advance.
Oh yeah, because they get a driver truck.
Yeah, that's
elite truck.
Yeah, that's the same exact thing.
I saw one of them Thursday on Port Richmond Avenue in over there by the Snug Harbor shit. And this dude was like from that TV show, like, you know, with the hauling and all that shit. This dude had this. It looked like some kind of boat part, huge ass boat part, and he was driving up that Port Richmond. He had a runner. He had a front truck and a back truck, and dude, he was locked. I saw this fucking thing. I was like, bro, I don't know how you guys didn't like, you know, Google Map where you were driving, because the underbridges that are on Port Richmond, like, you were never getting that.
But they have things that could lower it. They have buttons.
Yeah, no, this wasn't, dude. This was not even. And I was like, more because over there they have the boat launch. Yeah. Then they have the other one. They have this big like dry dock thing over there, where there's huge boats over there, and then there's the other one that's on a corner. So they were going to one of those spots. But yo, the way that they were driving over there, I was like, dude, you're not getting that truck around that bend over on Jewett.
We have guys now that don't even have low. They don't have low, like, remember the trucks that used to go like this and go up? Now they have trucks that you could fit right in. Like, it's so crazy. When I was doing heavy lifts, I was like, what the? I said to the guy, I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, these are a new design. I'm like, where's the pins?
Yeah.
He goes, I'll show you where they are. There's a truck that opens up in the middle.
Yeah. And
it has another floor, and that's where the pins are.
Oh shit.
So it sits lower.
Right.
So they get away with it now.
Right.
Because it's actually on their bottom chassis.
Right. So it's sitting on the chassis.
I was like,
instead of being up higher over.
I was like, that's pretty badass.
Well, it's a low design.
Then I seen the guy, that had an automatic chassis. They open up to like from a 20 to a 40 to a 45.
Oh, I've seen that too. I've seen that.
Like,
yeah.
The guy's like, I just press the button in my truck.
I've seen that. Like not too far. I seen the guy actually do that. Like he had they put a huge load on him, and he was driving out, and his chassis was actually the load was actually way over his chassis. Yeah. He stopped, and they held the load, and he went to the side of the truck. He was pressing something, and the back wheels. The back wheels just moved back all the way. I was watching it, and I was like,
there's no pin? He was like, there's no pin.
I was like, holy shit. Crazy. I was like, that's awesome.
I was like, yo, that's so technology right now. Like, especially like, I've been a longshoreman going on 25 years.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so crazy. Even like our machines, it's like, we got computers on our machine. Like, like it tells you the weight. Mm-hmm. It tells you everything.
Right.
When I
sensors, all sensors.
I'm like, when I started, if the box was heavy, pick that bitch up.
Yeah. You'll know if you can't do it when it starts to teeter over.
No, because we never had that problem.
Right.
We never.
Well, then got to remember too.
Remember, back then we only went 3 high.
Exactly.
That was going 4 high. So it's like 4 high is a little.
Yeah.
I had one today. I was like, I had my machine. I'm like, all right, I'll get the 4th height. The box is heavy. It's normal.
Yeah.
This side of the chest, the side of the top load was like this on the ground. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go to a new machine.
Yeah.
I called the mechanics. I was like, listen, the tires are bad.
Right.
How do you know? I was like, I picked up a box that was heavy, and the fender was touching the tire.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, that's bad. I'm like, so the mechanics came over. He was like, how did you let this out of the shop? I was like, I don't work in a shop.
Yeah.
I said, I'm a longshoreman. I said, the tie's bald. It's been bald for 6 months. I've been telling you this for 6 months. He was like, they should change that. I'm like, no kidding.
Aren't the mechanics in a different union?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when we tell them something, they don't believe us.
Right.
So they have to take it out and see if it, I'm like, I operate the machine every day, bro. Why would I lie to you?
Bro,
and say
you know
that?
what? There's probably a lot of prisses too, bro, that are probably like, oh, you hear that squeak? It's squeaking again.
I don't care. I'll operate a machine till it dies.
Right.
Till it dies. I don't care. Just fix it.
Right. No, I know how it is.
And I worked the shift 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
3 days in a row. I had the same machine for 3 days.
Right.
Yesterday I had the machine. 3 times the alarm started going off. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
There was the hydraulics.
Yeah.
I was lifting it up, going down, lifting it up, going down. I came home with such a headache last night. Like ringing in my ears. I was like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Guy Chris goes, just park the machine. Just let me know what's wrong with it. I was like, Chris, come in the machine.
Yeah.
He's like, what the hell's going on with this machine? I was like,
Right.
so I asked him today, I was like, what was wrong with the machine? He goes, Keith, the hydraulic line on the bottom blew.
Oh, shit, but it was still working?
He goes, did you not see any? I was like, no, there was nothing on the ground. He goes,
It's probably that low.
no, because we have a tank on the side.
Oh.
He goes, I checked the tank in the morning. He goes, when I came first over, he goes, I checked the tank. It was fine.
Yeah.
He was, there was no oil. There was no hydraulic fluid in that tank. I was like,
yeah. You're lucky the ramps are still moving now.
I was like, how?
They must have filled up with air.
I was like, how is it no? He goes, Keith, I don't know. He goes, when I came over before, it wasn't even more. It was like 2 hours before.
Yeah.
He was like, just keep going up and down, going back and forth. I was like, Chris, I've been doing it for 25 minutes, bro. He was like, there was a leak in the hose. I'm like,
hydraulic hoses pop quick.
but where did it go?
Yeah.
The hydraulic line runs from over the top under the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing on the ground.
Right.
He goes, I said, Chris, where did it go? He was like, I don't know. He goes, I have no clue where it went to.
Right.
Because I'm one of them guys that be like, listen, there's a leak in the machine.
Right.
I'm not going to run the machine if there's a leak. Sorry.
Right. Well, it's the same with us, too. We can't, if it leaks, you have the chance of your boom not even lasting. Or if you go up and it pops, then you're coming down.
Yeah.
And you have no control of it. It comes down, if you're on a car.
Oh, I've had boxes, I've had hydraulic lines blow when I'm bringing a box down, and it just goes, boom!
Yeah. Because there's no...
And the guy's looking at me, I'm like, and I show him my spray, like, because you press a button and it sprays out the side. I'm like, look. He's like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, we gotta remember the ram's filled with fluid, and once the ram is out of fluid, it's just gonna.
The worst is when the cylinders go.
Right.
When the cylinders go, boy, be careful because them boxes are just coming down.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
Part of your job.
I don't know if I could get it.
But yeah, there's been some crazy shit going on with everything, bro. Especially with this stuff. I'm starting getting sick and tired of the politics shit. You know, the stuff with Biden, the stuff with Trump. Bro, I'm getting like sick of it. Like I like so much crap. Like now they're.
There's Wolverine, the original Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
That's our guy that does all the. He does this training for like the hazmat and all that.
Oh yeah.
He's 80-something years old.
Good for him. Good for him.
He's 80-something years old.
So he's still working? That's good for him.
He's the one that wrote.
He's one of those guys.
He's the one that wrote OSHA rules.
Right.
He worked for OSHA. But I want to see if he has it on.
I remember back in the day when OSHA was just a little baby.
Oh, he's the one that started OSHA.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Great guy, like great guy, but he just sits there and talks.
A lot of people do that shit, man. A lot of people.
Great guy.
A lot of older.
And we all call him Wolverine.
Right.
And he's like, I am Ron, not Wolverine. I don't know why I don't know where his safety page is though. Not the phone.
Yo, tell me that this thing stopped recording. Oh my god.
Look at this. This happened in Mar Terminal.
Holy shit, dude! I have to restart the whole podcast.
Do you see where the box is?
Yeah, I see it.
It's through the mat. It's through the boom. Wait, then record.
Nope. Stop recording when the fucking thing went off. But it's recording up there, so whatever we got, YouTube will have the live thing of what's going on.
All right, YouTube.
YouTube, thank you. We got the live from YouTube. But I'm just gonna re-record it from here. I mean, because we're only an hour, we can still talk about shit. It sucks when you the thing does that shit.
Well, I'm taking a bathroom break.
Gotta take that bathroom break.
Do you get it started back up?
Luckily, we got the YouTube, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because then
I'm not bringing YouTube to watch me pay.
No, I'm not talking about that. Yo, welcome back to the White Room Podcast. We had some technical difficulties, and for some reason, when the computer blinked on me over here, it stopped recording our podcast. I don't know how much it recorded. I don't know what went on, but at least we have the live feed from the streaming, the YouTube. So whatever we said here is definitely going to be on the mic up there. So we're going to have actually, it's going to be like, I guess, because I'm going to do the audio. Oh, wow. That's great. But we're going to have the what?
My neck.
Oh.
I'm talking like the whole way there.
Oh. We're going to have two separates, I guess. We're going to have the regular podcast, and we're going to have the video podcast.
We're going to have the after hour podcast.
Yeah, it's an after hour podcast because the goddamn thing shut off. There's always technical difficulties no matter what. So it's going to be actually this episode, and there's going to be episode .1 or .2 or some shit that's going to be on the audio thing. You know, what was missed, we spoke about Chris going back to work, about him not being here tonight because he's extremely tired or sore, which is definitely okay. I mean, you've been out of work for a year. Imagine going back into a stressful job and then having to deal with shit. Have to deal with shit after a whole year. And then we spoke about some other things about jobs and squatters' rights and a whole bunch of other stuff. And whatever. God damn, bro! I can't believe this thing shut off. We talked about no, we didn't talk about football, which is fine. Whatever. Man, it sucks when this thing does.
We don't talk about football until football near season.
No, but we were just talking before about things.
All the free agency.
Wow! Today was our anniversary. I didn't even remember. My bad.
Whose?
Me and Dina.
Bro, when you're married that long, do you have to say happy anniversary anymore?
Yeah. Dude, I totally forgot. She's like, I waited all day to see if you remembered. But, dude, I
can't remember the date of me and any anniversary. I have to call my mom before to see what it is.
January, yeah, it was in March. Yeah, so.
Mine's May.
I took that one in the ass. Sorry.
Mine's May 9th or 11th.
Piece of shit husband award. Yay! That's cool.
Take her out to dinner tomorrow. She'll forget about it.
She don't even want to go. Like, I ask her so many times, like, you know, to go places and do shit. If it's not cheer related, bro, it's like I have to drag her out of the fucking house. And it's like, you know, like there's so many events coming up for like even the Masons, and I was like thinking about like because there's one for Mother's Day. So I was like, you know, that would be nice to go for Mother's Day, $65 for a couple. And,
that's nice.
Or was it a couple? I don't even know. I would guess it's a couple because I don't think it would be.
Yeah, it wouldn't be $65.
Yeah, and you know, to go out to eat and stuff like that. But the problem is like, for me to even get her to leave the house I mean, I know she's busy. I'm not saying that she's not busy. Do you know what I mean?
Well, she goes from work.
Yeah, she goes from work. She goes to cheer.
From work,
you know what I'm saying?
Cheer.
Well, next year, I mean, coming what? This when they're done with school, she's gonna be at cheer from morning till 9 o'clock at night. So it's gonna, you know, like.
Well, that means Annie needs a job there because that's what time Annie's gonna be there for.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when you think about it, it's like that. Like I understand. All right. It's not much different than actually what I'm like doing too. Like, you work all day and then you work all night, you know. But I have leeway to what I can do. Yeah. Like, I can still, you know, if I'm doing stuff in. See, the problem is like sometimes you get tied up with a lot of like those baskets that I just did for it was cashmere. I thought it was going to be a lot easier, but it was a pain in the fucking ass. And you know, just
yeah, post them. I didn't see them.
Yeah, I did. I posted them. It was like purple. It was blue and pink baskets.
A lot of stuff I don't get from you.
Right.
Like I'm like.
It's posted on WB Apparel, so I mean,
why.
Yeah, and it's on Instagram too. But the problem is that it took a lot longer. It was harder to
I don't think I have Instagram. I have Instagram, but nothing ever posts on Instagram for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't see anything through Instagram at all.
You probably got to go into your settings and change that or something like that. But you know, it's hard. Like, I'm not.
I see people. Oh, Raw posted it on Instagram. I look and it goes back to my thing. I'm like,
yeah.
What did he post? All I see is a picture of.
Well, yeah, like you can get like
he didn't post New York City.
Like there's some people like that I post stuff and I get like instant likes like say like if I post something and like 5 minutes later I get likes. And it's like, I know that those people probably follow. Like, you know, you can like.
But I follow it.
Yeah, but it's like not, I forgot, it's like subscribe, follow, or something like that. Like, you got to go into your settings, and what you do is you don't, I mean, I'm not saying you have to, I'm saying you have to go into settings, and what you have to do is you have to change the settings and put it down so that it's, every time this person posts that you get identified.
Like a person posted a video, they were like, Keith, I posted a video. I'm like, on what? Instagram. I'm like, I didn't get it.
Right.
They're like, I sent it to you. I'm like, I still didn't get it.
Right.
They're like, you should have got it. I'm like, I'm telling you, I'll show you my phone tomorrow. I didn't get it.
Right.
But I'll see the notification that said I got it.
But then it's like you gotta search for it. I know, I get that too. Like I get that, but like I follow some people too. Like when they automatically post something, it bings me real quick, and then I open it, and then it shows me your post. But like you know that's the same thing that goes for like some of the other posting. Like for TikTok, my shit gets all fucked up with TikTok, and I can't.
Now I could anything people post on TikTok, right away.
Right.
I go look. I'm like.
I do a lot. Like I try to like with the Whyte Room podcast and shit like that. I try to get like instant posts up and shit like that for that. But it just I don't know. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. We're gonna have like a weird fucking podcast.
It's all right.
Yeah. I'm looking at the thing right now. I'm like trying to see. So we got 52 fucking minutes already put in on the podcast, and we basically lost 42 minutes of it.
Oh my god.
Yo, it's so fucking
We got
horrible.
YouTube.
Yeah, at least we got that. Yeah, and remember what you said at the beginning? You're like, oh, just don't turn it on. Don't turn it on.
Well, remember the one night it went off on us?
Yeah, I see. Now I got that all taken care of, and that's easy because it's already set. So all I have to do is press the record button, and it's good now. But once that even gets to the point of like an hour and a half, I'm going to have to put that pack on it so that it charges. You know what I'm saying? Because that thing burns out.
That magic pack.
Yeah. I might not even do that. I'll just leave it. Just leave the podcast going. So then the audio, the YouTube thing of it's going to be YouTube version 1.3 or some shit. So screwed up, bro. No, but we were talking about that. We were talking about how it was.
Listen, we always have malfunctions.
Right. Yeah.
It's not the greatest podcast.
Right. No, it's the most unprepared.
It's the ghetto podcast.
Yeah. It's like the Lego podcast. It's like put together with stuff. I mean, we try to do what we can, and we do a lot. But the whole thing too is just like we don't have like I know
$1 million setup.
Yeah, $1 million. I mean, I see a lot of people setups, bro. Check me out. I go onto the video podcast all the time, and a lot of video podcasts are nothing different than what we're doing.
Yeah.
And they're sitting in a room, and the room is like a table with 4 people at the table, and the mixer's in the middle, and everybody's got boom mics.
But you see, we have no mixer. See?
Yeah, we got no mix. The mixer's actually in there. It's down there.
We don't have no mixer.
We don't have it, but it's not hooked up. It's not working. But you don't need it though. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't. I mean, I'm using OBS, which most people don't use in the first place to do their podcasts, and it's easier for me with OBS because then I can record.
We started this with the Drunk Room podcast.
I love that. Yo, I love that first program. Yo, that first program that we used when we did the Three Drunken Idiots. That program was the best, bro. The only problem now is with that program, you can only do 2 mics, and you can't say if our mics are different, it won't work.
No, that's the thing.
When we did the Three Drunken Idiots, we had 3 of the same mics, and we bought all the same mics, and we used the same mics, and those mics. The program identified the mics as 1 mic, but it was 3 different mics. So that was perfect, bro, because every time that we had conversations and shit, it was recording all 3 mics as 1. That was awesome. But the problem with that program is that, and what's so stupid is the fact that why doesn't it set up so that you can record 3 different mics at the same time? Plus the audio from it was so easy to use too. I didn't have to do this shit that I'm doing with this. I was able to put the intro and save the intro. Yeah. Remember? And then after the intro, when we saw the vocals and all that shit done, then we would continue and we would have all of our stuff together. And it was so easy to mix it.
You know what we need back? We need Vic back.
Yeah, we need Vic. Well, we need a dedicated Chris too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Give him about 2-3 weeks. He'll be all right.
Right, that's true.
Listen, it's not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy being overweight and going back.
You went for the head on that one, dude.
What are we, skinny?
No, I'm not saying that.
Like, we're all overweight. like, we're all overweight. But
I guarantee the balls on that one.
I guarantee he loses more weight than we could.
Oh, because he's going to be sweating it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Guarantee he drops about, in 3 to 4 weeks, I guarantee he drops about 50 pounds.
Oh, yeah, bro. Since your body hasn't been doing it, bro.
And I'm not cracking on him, believe me. I would never crack on him.
Right. No, I'm just saying that.
He's going to be...
Yeah.
He's going to be like, man, I feel better. Like,
oh, he's going to be. Bro, listen, I've lost a lot of weight, and, I'm still losing weight, and I feel so much better. I completely feel sometimes, I'm at work, now to the point where now I know, when I take the heart medicine, I take it at the end of the day, right? That gives me heart palpitations, the medicine, and it makes me feel weird because what it's doing is it only works for 6 to 8 hours, right? So if you take it in the way I take it, right? I watch my heart rate and shit. Right now it's at 71, right? So
if you should do that Dr. Oz thing.
What?
Dr. Oz has something. It's for high blood pressure.
Right.
Bro, and he had high blood pressure. Dr. Oz is pretty well fit.
Yeah.
He did a thing, and he dropped his blood pressure. My friends do it.
Right.
I forgot what it's called. And it dropped their blood pressure so low.
Yeah.
Their blood pressure, the Dr. Oz was like, what'd you do? He was like, I did the Dr. Oz thing.
Dr. Oz is the genius when it comes to fucking health.
Smart.
Bro,
people are like, oh, he's a TV guy. I'm like, no, he's not.
He's a real doctor.
He's a real doctor.
People actually go to him and they talk about the stuff. He's very expensive doctor.
I forgot what it was.
That's not an insurance doctor either. That's an out of pocket doctor.
It's honey, apple cider, and something else that he puts in it, and it just lowers your. It's weird. It's something that you wouldn't think of.
Right.
But it's that much apple cider.
Yeah.
That much honey. And I think it's lemon juice.
Right.
It's some weird mixture. And it just drops your blood pressure.
You
know what's funny? I drink a lot.
Yeah.
I go to the doctors, they're like, your blood pressure's fine. I'm like,
right.
How?
Right.
They're like, I don't know.
Whenever they did your blood test and shit, did they ever check your liver?
They checked my liver at the hospital.
Okay. Because they have an enzyme test that the liver... my liver has always been good until...
I drink a lot of water.
Yeah, but until I started taking the medicine, my liver started spiking. Because they were like, my liver's high, but it's not high enough to be jaundice color. So they were like...
my thing is I drink a lot of water during work.
I drink buckets of water. Do you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, but that's all I drink at work.
Yeah, well, some days that's all I drink too. Sometimes I'm too lazy to even go to the store to get a Monster. Do you know what I'm saying? But the problem is that here's the deal, and I think it's the medicine that's causing the shit because, they were like, oh, you must be a heavy drinker. I was like, yo, that's opposite of what I am. And they were like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't drink at home. I don't drink anymore. I said when we go out, like we go out to eat or we go out to an event or some shit, I'll drink like a fish. I was like, but I don't drink at home no more. I don't drink anymore. And they were like, well, when's the last time you drank? When I was getting the blood work done. I was like 3 months ago. And they were like, oh, well, your liver looks like it's, you know, your liver is showing like if you were an alcoholic. Like, I'm like, far from that. And they're like, well, what do you eat and what do you do?
You drink hard liquor though.
Yeah, but dude, that was
you didn't drink the hard liquor when we were at the diner. The restaurant.
No, I had beer.
Yeah, you had beer. So.
Yeah. No, but it's just I'm 100% like, because here's the deal, like a year before on my blood work test, and they
when I went to the hospital, my pee was this color.
Oh yeah, that's dehydrated. Yeah.
Bro, the doctor's like, I'm like, he goes, I was like, listen, doc, I drank 3 Gatorades this morning.
Yeah.
And then 2 bottles of water.
Right.
He's like, well, why'd you pee that color? I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's kidneys, dirty.
He goes, you threw yourself into a panic attack. He goes, that's why you, that color.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, dude, it happens.
Bro, I to this day, I'm like, I'll never do that ever again.
Well, but the problem is that you don't know what's going to trigger your panic attack.
I'll never do that again.
Listen, I mean, sometimes it happens, bro. And the thing is like, for me too, like I've learned, like kind of factors. Like after I had a panic attack that time, I kind of know like factors to like.
Oh yeah, I now I know like now I know like what I threw myself into it.
Right. Like, and it's quick. It can happen quick, bro.
Every night I sit on a queen ass chair. You know what a queen ass chair is?
Yeah.
In my mother-in-law's house, my arm's like this.
Yeah, because of the high back.
Well, like this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, my arm is killing me. Like I felt like I just went to the gym.
Right.
Because I always sit like this.
Right.
So now I sit like this.
Right.
My arms don't kill me.
Well, yeah, you're not stretching them out. And God forbid, like if you don't even realize it, say if you fell asleep and you popped your arm out real quick and it went back.
And then they said the night before I was sleeping like all weird. My arms were like this.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't think I was sleeping like that, but okay.
Sometimes that happens though. Like even when I'm sleeping too. Like when I go to sleep at night, I'm so used to, because I've had so many dislocations that I've had like that arm thing, and it goes across your chest to hold your arm, whichever arm is bad. At, you know, this arm right here. So the problem is that when you're sleeping, you can't really move the arm. So this arm really doesn't move at all. So the problem is like if you sleep to your side with this, then you don't move. But I've learned like when I go to sleep at night, like I get myself into a position that I know I'm not going to roll or do shit, because it happens to me too. Like one night I was sleeping and I was sleeping with my arms over my head, which is a no-no because that's about time for it to pop out. And when you get really lax, like your blood pressure, like your heart gets like 60, 50, 59 beats per second. Like when you're like really mellow, that's when the muscles fucking release.
Yeah.
So one night that happened, and I felt my arm like click like to go down while I was sleeping. I fucking hit my arms onto bed, and I jumped up. And my whole body went flying high in the air like when I did, and my arm went back, like it went back in. And I looked at my heart rate, it was like 160 beats per minute. I was like, sitting there, I was like, oh, and he was like screaming, what are you doing? I was like, dude, I almost dislocated my arm. I'm like, seriously, now I'd be sitting in the hospital all night, and then I won't be able to work the next day because my arm's all fucked up. So I was like, but it's hard. And like you were saying about the panic attack shit, that can happen anytime, bro, and that's the worst part about it. Like,
and it only started happening when we got stuck in that elevator in Ohio. I mean, Hershey Park, when the kids were playing with the buttons.
Oh yeah.
And that was the last time.
But you know what? And that's what the funny part. Like those triggers, like those kind of triggers, are the shit. Like you could feel like your body going into like you're starting you see the shit that it doesn't happen anymore because I'm on that Metropopadol, which stops your adrenaline, which stops that. So what happens is once you get into that part of having that attack, your adrenaline goes through the roof. So once your adrenaline goes through the roof, then your heart starts to take off, and then your brain, all your shit, and then you start zooming out like that you're going.
I was shaking. I was like this.
Yeah, and now that I'm on the Metropolitan,
I don't work. We're like, are you on blood pressure medicine, or you need chocolate? I'm like, no, I have nothing.
Chocolate, like you got diabetes.
Like no, because that's what Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what makes you.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I have nothing like that. Like,
Right.
I get blood work every 6 months. I'm really keen with that.
Right. I got to go this month. I have to go back because I wanna get off this medicine. Like I know this medicine's doing shit to me. Like because it's like when I take the medicine and like say all day I'm good, right? No heart palpitations, no nothing all day, right? I'm good. Good. When I come home, I take the medicine. If I'm running around, I get short breathed. Like I get like I lose breath like, and short breath, shortness of breath, whatever. And then I notice like because my adrenaline is running, that shit is like blocking it, starting to, and then I start feeling my heartbeat drop. Like, so if you're like you're sitting there and you're working out and shit like that, like I'll work out on the machines or something, and I'll push, and then I'll feel like palpitation, like the heart rate dropping, like you know what I'm saying, like. So I know it's not good for me, and I don't want to be on it no more. And the only problem is that this job is keeping me on it because of the DOT cert. And now I have to figure out a way or what I'm going to do this month with the sleep apnea test.
That test is the worst.
It's the worst. It's a horrible test. And then to do it at home too.
If it don't work, you have to go to the hospital. Sleep.
Yeah, you got to do the sleep.
That's
yeah,
the worst.
And the thing
And
is,
you get hooked up with. Oh my god.
Yeah, they put all those fucking things on your head. Those neuro things.
By 10 o'clock, you have to be sleeping.
Yeah.
Because you need a full 8 hours of sleep. I was like,
there's no way I can sleep.
I was
like
like
that.
the guy. I told the guy, I was like, listen, if I get 4 hours of sleep, that's a lot. 5 hours of sleep, that's a lot.
But that's for like me too, bro. How I cannot sleep. Like I am the worst. Like I'm not gonna lie. If I go upstairs and I'm tired, I'll go to sleep. But guess what? I'll be up in 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'll be wide awake, and I'll be like,
I'm the same way.
I'm like waiting, ready for the day already.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
These guys sleep 8 hours because
they have jobs that require them to.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
they don't have
job.
to do that.
Like I was doing the lines for the ships. My body's so messed up. I was sleeping 2 hours on, 2 hours a night,
right.
3 hours a night.
And unfortunately, like for us, those are the jobs that are killing you. Because even like when I'm on call, like I was just on call this week, last week, and the problem is
and you don't
like,
sleep.
You don't sleep. You're always thinking that you missed a phone call.
Yeah, you sleep, but you're not in a deep sleep.
No, not at all. And then
you're like this.
Yep. And not only that, you're like, I wouldn't say you're anxious, but you're kind of annoyed in the first place. And second, you're like, oh, I don't, did I miss the call? Did I do this? Because, the problem is like Cablevision ruined us because we were getting called out like fucking every other hour or every 2 hours. And it was madness. Like you would be out in the field and you would get called out while you were in the field. You'd be like, okay, oh, I'm already out here. It's like, what?
It's so crazy. They say like longshoremen live probably like 5 to 10 years after they retire. I'm like, man, I really don't want to do this job anymore.
Right.
I'm like, for real, I really don't like.
Yeah.
If I could get out at 55,
yeah,
I'm gone. I'm sorry.
Dude, I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I've been doing the job since I'm 23 years old.
Right. So, but what? Like, I mean, you're obviously not really stressed, right?
No. I don't. Stress comes. A lot of people say stress comes with the job if you let the job take. How do you say it?
Let the job stress you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't let anything stress me out.
Right.
I really don't. I'm like I'm like one of them guys that are like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do.
Right.
I don't let it stress me out. I like doing an operation. I like doing papers.
Right.
I don't let anything stress me out. If somebody's gonna yell at me, listen, go talk to my foreman.
Yeah.
Go talk to somebody else. Don't come to me.
Right.
That's how I am. So I try not to let people stress me out.
Right.
So that's why I went to the rail.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, I'll do the job. I don't care if I do 100 boxes now. I don't care if I do 125 boxes. If I do 130 boxes, I don't care.
Right.
I'm like, I don't care what the next guy has to do because it's not my problem. And people laugh at me all the time. They're like, you are like the calmest person that I know. I'm like, listen, call me up. I'll work. I'll do anything you want me to do. I had a guy call me. He was like, can you move these boxes because they're on a... Dude, You need me to do that? No problem. Block the road off. I'll block the whole run off. I don't care. I'll put boxes right in front of truck drivers.
Right.
I don't care. But then there's days I'm like, yo, you need to fucking fix this.
Well, you know, I wish I could. You know what? I really wish sometimes, like, I wish at this point in life, I wish that like I could enjoy shit a lot more than what I enjoy shit now. Which I don't. I enjoy nothing. I mean, I do. I enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to work and shit, like, here's my deal. I want more fun. Like, I don't know if that's asking too much, but you know, now like it's not a midlife crisis, but it's like I'm being 50 years old, and like I feel like
You got a couple more months. You're not 50 yet.
I know, but I keep looking at it because Jesus Christ, July's right around the fucking corner. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I always like.
So is August, and I'll be 48.
Yeah, but I always felt like 65 was like my number for some reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where I used to get that from, but I always knew that like when I was a young kid, and I always felt like, you know what? I think I'm. There was something came up, and I was like 65 wasn't a good time for me, and I keep thinking that and shit like that, and I'm always thinking like, you know what? I kind of killed myself like growing up and shit.
You're older than my sister.
Yeah, a month.
A month.
Yeah, a month. I'm a month
Holy
older than
Christ.
her. And I was like, you know, I always feel like that.
Alicia's December. You're July.
What I remember her saying something about it. Like I thought I was a month older than her. She was born in 74.
She was born in 70. Was she? I'm born in 76.
Yeah, your sister's 2 years older than you.
She's a year and a half older than me.
Okay, so there's that line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be 48. She'll be. Yeah, I'll be 48 in August.
She's 49 right now.
Wow. Jesus, she's old too.
Yeah. So it's only.
Damn, she's old.
Within a couple months, it's either she's older than me in a couple months.
No,
or older than
you're older than her.
Right.
Woman's older than both of you.
Right, because here's the deal.
Woman's turning 50 this year. April.
So he's a month, 2 months, 3 months. Yeah. So I turn 50 in July. She turns 50 in December.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are old.
So I mean, we're, you know, whatever. But no, I'm just saying, like, I feel like I should, you know, I want some more fun.
But
like
you don't. Alicia looks old.
She's gonna fuck you up. I'm talking about Alicia like that.
I always tell her.
Yeah.
You look old.
She's gonna give you a right cross on that bitch.
No, she got a strong punch. I know.
Oh, Alicia can fuck you up. Man.
I felt the punches all my life.
Yeah, Alicia's tough, yo.
I felt the punches. I felt chain cream bottles in my eyes. I know.
Yeah, Alicia's tough, yo.
I called her up one day. I said, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm playing cards." I'm like, "Where?" She's like, "At Chrissy's house." I was like, "You didn't invite me?" She was like, "No." I was like, "You're fucked up." I was like, "You're fucked up. You gotta invite me to play cards."
No, like I was saying though, I was like, you know, now that, you know, it's not middle of the road bullshit, but it's like, it is kind of, if you want to think about it. But it's like, I feel like I should be having a little bit more fun, like on my time and this and that. Like, I'm not expecting like or being like to the point of, you know, I feel like I should have some more fun. Because, you know what, at the end of the day, when this shit is all done and said and over and shit like that, or you could just not wake up tomorrow. Because, you know, nothing's granted, bro. Nothing's ever granted. So, it's like, you know, what sucks is for like 22 years, you know, and that's why I was just saying, like, for 22 years, I worked like 3 jobs. And it was like, you know, it was helping, you know, that was our agreement. Dina raised the kids and I did all the work. So, you know, I worked for like 3 jobs, and then, you know, before COVID, when I was at Cablevision and I started the Whyte Boy, the WB apparel and printing, you know, that was my second income. And, you know, so I didn't have to work.
There it is right there.
There it is.
Anybody wants to hit it up? It's right there.
You know, but that was my second income. And the whole deal was that I still worked my job, and that was giving me my extra money, was doing all the screen printing and all the stuff. Which is cool, but, you know, at the same token, you know, when something becomes, like, when you start something and it becomes more than just like a hobby, and, you know, then it turns into, like, instead of making clothes for yourself and making products and selling them at your leisure and shit. Now you're taking on jobs for other people, and now it becomes a business again. And you know, then you're dealing with customers in and out, doing stuff, and you know, it's like you want it to go back to the hobby business part, whereas there's like a medium, so that you don't always have to deal with customers. And you know, I'm not saying anything about customers, and you know, customers make my business and stuff, but you know, and I have no problems.
You
with
did
that.
really good with customers.
Yeah, I deal with customers good because you know what,
Yes.
I'm a people person when it comes to stuff.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, when people, you know, people come to me and they're like, yo, I really need this done, but I really don't have the money, and this and that. And like, you could feel for somebody, and you could be like, you know what, this guy doesn't have the money, but you know what, he's doing something that's actually really good. Like, it's a good cause. Like, I did a lot of stuff for kids, like, not kids, I mean for parents that had kids that were, you know, disabilities,
Yeah.
and for stuff, and you know, things like that. And they were like, you know, we're trying to raise money for my kid, this and that. I'd be like, all right, cool. You know what? Look, just buy the clothes. I'll print them. That's it.
I know.
I was
here.
Yeah, you were here. Yeah, I know. Oh, you were part of the journey too. But what I'm saying
I've been
is,
here since the start, baby.
yeah. So I mean, there's plenty of times that you know, I've done that stuff for people, and you know, that's kind of got me more.
I was watching that oven a lot.
Yeah, yeah. You know, that got me a lot of stuff, but you know, at the same time, like that's the good part about it, is like you could actually help somebody and you know, do things. Like I even do it now with people, and you know, and the best part is like a lot of people, they will try to screw you, and you could see that coming a mile away most of the time. But other times it's like, you know, it'd be like, listen, this is what it's going to cost. Here, do me a favor. All right, you're running an event. How much money you want to make? You know, be like, all right, well, I want to make at least $10 a shirt. Okay. All right, so what are you going to sell the shirts for? I'm selling them for this price. Are you going to get that money? Yeah. We're definitely getting that amount of money for that, for what it is. Okay, cool. So we're going to split the difference. And I'm going to get half. I'm getting what you're getting, plus you're getting what you're getting, meaning like we're meeting in half. Here's the deal though. You're making profit. Complete profit. I'm not. But I'm going to get that, you know, that chunk too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to try to, like, it was funny too, because, you know, I was just, I'm not going to say his name on the thing, but they sent me, I'll show you in a minute. But they sent me a product to try out, right? And then they sent me their screen printing prices and stuff, right? So I ordered from this company to get ink. They sent me ink, and they sent me their flyers for them to screen print my stuff. I'm like, wait, you're sending that shit to a screen printer who's buying ink for one reason, not to have the ink at the fucking house. You know, what are you gonna cook with it? You know what I'm saying? It is like fucking grease. But then you're gonna send me your price list and everything else on there of like what you charge and shit. Now,
Well, that's what you go by then.
dude, I was very surprised at those prices, and I was like, you must be making that. Like, that is like one color prices, $6 a shirt, $6 and change a shirt without the cost of the price of the shirt. I'm like, bro, that's instantly $10 for a one color front design. That's, if you're making that, okay, I'm glad for you. But you know, it's robbery. Like, here's the deal. It's not, all right, it's not robbery, but for our area, you're not getting that.
How long ago did you make the first shirts? The longshoreman shirts?
We did those at the end of 2016.
So, alright, it's almost 10 years.
Yeah,
People still wearing them. And I'm like, hey, that shirt looks good.
yeah.
And then that name cracked yet. I'm like, my friend Drew. Bro, he loves your shirt. He was like,
But, yeah.
he's like, I cut the sleeves off. He's like,
He's like, can you get me more? I'm like,
I gotta get a design. I'm gonna
I'm
send
like, we need a new design.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
gotta have to-
anybody draws any design up,
Yeah,
I will get you 5 free shirts.
yeah.
I will pay for the shirts.
We can do those vinyls though. You can probably sell the vinyls.
No, but I'm saying a lot of people put them. I was selling them good,
Yeah.
but then people are like, oh, I don't want vinyls anymore. I'm like,
Well, there's only so much like
Yeah.
you can like. That's like a package deal. Like when you're doing shit. Like when I did with the firefighters, right? So I did the
vinyl-
shirts.
The vinyls were good though. It was like,
They're great,
I
yeah.
was making $20.
But say you got 20 people that work for you, right? Or 20 people in there, and you bring in 20 vinyls, right? and you know, you're like, yo, I got these. You know what I'm saying? These is like.
That's what I was doing. I was going to the mechanic shop and be like, yo, I only vinyls.
Yeah.
They're like, give me 5.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but then
I'm like,
I only got 10.
right. But then you get to the point now, you sold to everybody.
yeah.
They're like, yeah, but they're on the window. I don't need no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's like when I did the t-shirts for the firefighters. I did all the firefighter shirts, and then I gave my friend 3 of the vinyls, the exact same design. And I said to him, I says, give this to them. I was like, and these are vinyls for your car windows, so and stuff like you put on.
People laugh at me still because I still have the original vinyl.
Oh, a huge one, yeah. But
people laugh at me because they're like, Keith, you really need to take that off.
but
like, you just scrape that off. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that's been on there a long time. You
Right.
don't understand. You can't read longshoreman anymore.
right, well, it's a bit, dude. That was the big one that we only made one of, you know. But then I sold that item to them, and they're like, yo, this is awesome. Can you make more? Yeah, of course. Okay, I can make more. But then there's only 30 firefighters. So even if they buy 1 or 2 for their cars, this and that, once they're done,
They're done.
you can't sell no more because they're not going to buy extras to leave them around the house. You know, some people buy them and they put them on their fridge or they put them on their stuff.
I have a guy that has 2 on his windows,
Yeah.
1 on his motorcycle, and 2 on the other car windows.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he didn't even take the plastic off. He didn't even take the
Oh, you just stuck the shit on?
I'm like, so I pulled I squeezed it one day. I was like, yo, it's brand new.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder why it looks brand new.
Yeah.
So you never took the fucking.
Yeah, because the sun never got to the
Yeah.
vinyl. Yeah.
And it looks brand new.
Right.
He was like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't
I'm surprised they didn't bake it on though.
No,
Came right off.
came right off.
Mm.
I hit it with a razor on one side, and that was
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's good. Lucky for that, because
It
normally
was like
it's
2
that-
years after too. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
What was it? This shit is the stuff that we used. I can't find this no more. This is the best wrap vinyl, like for the peeling the vinyl.
Yeah.
This is the best. I got this stuff. This is supposed to be the replacement of it. Transfer tape. It's okay. It has the same texture feel onto it, but yo, I looked for this. When I bought this this big. It was huge. It was like $50 for this.
I can call my friend Mike right now. My friend Mike Longelli, he'd be like, yo, I'll buy 10 shirts right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to,
that's how he is. He'd be like, I'll buy 10 shirts right now.
I'll send.
But I said somebody needs this
Well, see, Priscilla's
design something. I said,
she's making a new design for the cheerleaders because they're going to go to Tampa for
Florida, Tampa.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
April. April. So she sent the new design to this lady who does all the designs and stuff, and you know this and that. I can go on. I'm gonna have some more money soon, so I'll put in the Fiverr.
Listen, I can chip in. That's not.
Yeah, no. Listen, it's. I don't ask because it's no big deal. It's like a cost of business for me. Like it's not a big deal. Like say if we're gonna sell shirts, then we'll sell shirts. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a design, like normally I can make my own designs, and I have. But the problem is then you get to the point if you're making the same designs, like you know you're at the point like I gotta get somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying? It's like
That's what it was. It was like we made the iron
cross,
and then we made the hook.
Yeah.
It's like, there's not that many designs for longshoremen.
Yeah, you know what's fun? Oh, dude, now you said that. When I took Noah to get the haircut, right? So we're sitting at the haircut place. 2 longshoremen come in, and they're older guys, and they sit down. The guy has a shirt on. He takes his hoodie off, and he has the Iron Cross on, the one that we made. And I looked, and I was like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it was.
Yeah, I was gonna turn around. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything.
You
So
should have said something.
the other guy was an older, like, longshoreman. He was like a real Italian guy, that talking with his hands
Yeah.
and shit like that. Because some dude came into the haircutters, and he was like, "Yeah, I have an appointment." He was Middle Eastern, okay. So you're in an Italian, haircutters place.
Yeah, you don't fuck with an Italian.
No,
Like,
and so he's in there, and he's talking and stuff, and the 2 guys from the longshoremen are Italian. So the older guy's looking, he's going, like he's trying to he's this and that, and so the guy goes, yeah, I have an appointment, and so the guy goes, okay, because we were there for Frank, so he was like, well, who are you here for? And he was like, oh, I'm here for Rico or whatever the guy's name is, and he was like, okay, what's your name? And he says, well, it was under this guy's name. He goes, I don't have nobody that name. He goes, yeah, but it's my name. My name is this. And so he goes, okay, that's your name. Okay, your name is here. Well, who's that other guy that you're talking about? And he goes, no, that's me, this and that. So the old Italian guy goes, can you believe this bullshit? He goes, you come into the get a haircut. He goes, you get a fucking haircut, you know your name, you goddamn it. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, holy shit, this dude's looking at him. He turns around and he looks at his friend. He goes, do you see what's coming into fucking America? Like that. And so Frank turns around, he's looking at the guy, he's laughing at him. And then he turns and goes, I just come here. He goes, I came out on fucking lunch, I want to get a haircut. Like, and this and that. And the other guy's just looking at him, this and that. And so he tells the guy, he goes, oh, sit down. He's like, your appointment actually was like a half hour ago. And he was like, oh. He goes, why are you bringing that down? Is that closed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was like, and it was funny as hell. The guy was like, well, no, it was done and shit. So I was like, all right, fuck, let me get out of here. But it was so funny, bro. He was tearing him up. And the other dude was wearing that shirt that we made, and I was like, a little glee. I was like, hee. But then I didn't say nothing and shit like that. But
There's a guy. I was talking to one of the lashes. They do the container shit.
Yeah.
They lash the bar. They're lashes, so they lash the containers together.
yeah,
His friend charges $110 for a haircut.
$110.
Bro, he does celebrities,
Yeah,
like from over here.
right,
He goes, if you want a haircut by him, he goes, I can get it for cheaper.
right.
I said, my haircut costs me $0 every time I want to shave it.
Well, hold on. Let's just wave to because this shit's gonna shut
YouTube's
off.
going off.
YouTube's going off in like a minute and 27 seconds. I'm not even gonna run over there and try to put the power pack on there. You know what I'm saying? The thing's probably really hard.
$110.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Frank was like, I was like surprised. Like I haven't like went in
To even
there.
sit in his chair,
Yeah,
it's $55.
yeah. Because I gave Frank 40 for Noah's haircut, and I think that was like a
dude, what does he
$10
do? He was
tip,
like,
too.
bro, he is the best person on this side to give haircuts.
You see that other guy? I'm not just saying that it's expensive, but this other dude does celebrities, right? Well, he's like one of those guys that can tailor your body. Like all the guys that need to lose weight to get into shape in the movies, they come to this group, right? And I saw his advertisement, like he was talking on the thing. I was like some news channel was talking to him about how, like they're all in shape. Like he was like, how you get these people in shape and all this other stuff. So he's like, we tailor your entire body. We look at your body. We take blood work. We do tons of stuff to see what your body's doing.
What the hell's his name? I know who you're talking about.
But he was funny. He said, listen, one of our major requirements is not only the fact that you have to do what we tell you to do, is that you have to at least make $165,000 a year. He was like, because... He's like, because you're going to be giving us at least 50 grand of that. He's like, so if you don't have that enough, he says, if you can't afford to live and not have that,
That's why I said that's nothing. Yeah, okay. How many people make that much money? And
celebrities especially, like you got celebrities, like he did Brad Pitt, and he was doing the dude Hugman, the Wolverine, all that other shit, like to get them in fit.
My son has the best eye.
Yeah.
He does cut. It's called cut, they say, but it's fasting.
Yeah.
He does it from the morning to night, and then he'll eat like major pig until he goes to bed. But he don't eat carbs.
Right.
Keith don't touch carbs. I don't know why he don't touch carbs. I tell him all the time.
Yeah.
He needs carbs because it builds up muscles.
Right. Where do you get that from? From school?
His weight room coach.
That's what I'm saying. From
Yeah.
From football.
But I'm like, Keith, you have to. I said, ask your coach if you have to have carbs.
Carbs are fuel.
He'll eat potatoes.
Yeah, that's carb.
He'll eat. Nobody eats that night. He has big ass Kodiak pancake,
Uh-huh.
2 of them, bacon and eggs.
It's like having breakfast.
No, he does it all the time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. Like now, but that is also the fact that he's also very active. So
Yeah.
the problem is that you can eat like that.
Well,
if you're
pancakes
very
is
active.
carbs,
I mean,
Pancakes is full of carbs. Yeah.
but Kodiak pancakes are cut carbs,
Right.
so you like them.
Right.
But I'm like, Keith, you need. So he'll do like steak and potatoes, like the red potatoes,
Right.
because they're little bit carbs, but they're good carbs.
Yeah.
But at least the whole, like roast them. He'll put oil on it, and roast them.
Yeah, but you know what's weird though? Like there's like every season too. Like even with football, there's a loading season, a loading time, and a cut time. Do you know what I'm saying?
And that's what he did. During the holidays, he ate like a friggin' animal.
Oh, so then he's on cut. Yeah.
And now he's on cut.
Right. Now, wait a minute. So, okay, because they start at the same time. They start earlier than regular NFL football.
They
Training.
started already.
Oh, they started already.
Yeah.
That's crazy because the season
They were out there. They can't do it for the 3 weeks because baseball is going to Florida.
Isn't it too though? Isn't it by state they're not allowed to practice to touch the turf until
Jerome, the
I'm
coach.
not gonna start it, but when you're done,
The
you can
coach.
start it.
Okay.
The coach, it was like, I'm doing it like college. I want these boys to be ready for the schedule. We have a harder schedule this year than we have last year.
Oh yeah, well it's gonna happen, bro. You know sometimes.
We're in I think he said number 2.
Right.
So last year we were number 3, now we're number 2.
That'd be good, man. So I can at least go out and see fucking football games again. You know what I'm saying? Boring sometimes sitting in the house. Friday night games are great. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now you're not going to have the riffraff there. You're not going to, I mean, not the riffraff, but you're not going to have Rocky there.
Right.
You're not going to have Justin Perry there. Now you're going to have kids that are under the coach,
Right.
which is going to be cool.
Yeah, no, listen, man, I love
They're
football.
training him as right tackle.
Oh, he's right tackle?
Well, they train him as right tackle, they train him at left tackle, they train him at right guard. they
Oh, so
train
he's
him at
all
left
over the
guard,
place.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to figure out where they can play him the best.
Yeah.
Or where he's going to perform the best. Actually, you know what? Just let it fucking go. Because it's an hour and 31. That's
And I was like, no. They were like, I want him to play center. I'm like,
ooh, center, that's tough.
6'3".
Yeah, center's tough
I'm
on
like,
that.
he's 6'3".
Yeah.
I'm like, you need a kid that's 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah. Well, Dexter Lawrence is over 6 foot, 6'3", 6 foot something. Dexter Lawrence is a huge ass fucking center.
Yeah, but
Huge.
he don't get up as quick.
Who, Dexter?
Yeah. Look at
No.
Jason Kelsey.
Right.
He's probably 6 foot.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen with the tush game on that then. It's gone.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
You don't think so? He was the main cause of that shit. He was the fucking center
It's
push.
gone because he's gone,
Right.
but it's not gone from the NFL.
Oh, no.
But
It's
they
not
can't
gone.
do the hip anymore.
Oh, okay.
They
But
took that out.
But
I'm
that
like,
tush push, he was the front drive
Yeah.
on that shit, man. That's a big boy, though.
the only people that stopped it this year was the 49ers.
Right. Right.
I'm like, how do we stop it? I'm like, they scored 1 touchdown on it.
Did you see that picture of Jalen Hurts in the first game? I guess it was against the Patriots that he shit his pants. Did you see that?
No.
Bro, where does this shit come from? Bro, all season just passed. And now all of a sudden you're talking about Jalen Hurts' first game. They reviewed the tape or something. And he got tackled, like he got hit hard. And he was flipped over and they had a shot of his pants from the back. And he had a big brown spot on the back of where his ass was.
Where do you go to the bathroom? On a football field.
No, I know, but you don't want to shit your pants, bro.
Yeah, but where do you go to the bathroom?
Right.
Frank Gore used to go behind a towel.
Yeah.
He
But
used to-
still, I mean, shit your pants, though, man. Yo, especially when you're wearing white pants, it's coming through.
How about this? There's no more cups in it. There's no more, like, you don't buy a G-string cup.
Yeah.
It's in your pants. It's all connected to your
Oh,
pants.
yeah. Well, dude, listen, when I used to play ice hockey, yo, I would piss myself. Sometimes, like, if you
No,
know.
but I'm saying like even now.